Good morning. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. We talked the whole night through. Good morning. Good morning to you. Welcome to Coffee Break with Terra by Laura González. My name is Laura González, and I welcome you to the Coffee Break. Today is Friday, October 7th, and this is Halloween. This is Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. We are celebrating the season, of course. And have you seen this funny video everybody's doing on TikTok? Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna wait until more people get connected. I'll wait until more people get here. They're mocking the influences, and I am here for that because I think it's very funny. And before you say I am an influencer, I'm not. I barely had 2,000 people on my Instagram. That is not influencer status. Is I think small influencers begin at like 5,000. And yeah, having 2,000 people on your Insta, it really is nothing. Though I love every single one of you 2,000 souls that follow me. Because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be working. So there you go. I think small businesses need more support from people. And as a small business, as a very, very tiny business, as a one woman operation, I truly appreciate every single one of you. Um, just about the same amount of people on Facebook. It's probably the same people. Probably the same people on Facebook. On Instagram is about 2,000. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi, Amanda Soap. Honey, I just bought Katrina soap from them, and it smells so good. It's really, really good. So thank you for supporting and being here. So today we are going to be doing the oracles that we didn't do Wednesday because I couldn't be here on Wednesday. Because where was I on Wednesday? I can't even remember. But anyway, we're gonna utilize the Halloween oracle. That's what we have for today, the Halloween oracle. We have the Anatomy of a Witch oracle by Laura Tempest Sakharov, and the Shadows of Love and Light. I'm sorry, the Oracle of Shadows and Light. The Oracle of Shadows and Light by Lucy Cavendish. So these are the three oracles that we'll be using today. And we're going to start from the end and then work our way towards the beginning. And I don't like these girls because they have big buggy eyes and remind me of bugs. And there's nothing better for Halloween than me being reminded that bugs exist. It's just, I am so incredibly afraid of them. I dislike them. It is a phobia. Lady with the botched egg. The lady with the botched egg. All right. Ugh, they are so creepy. I do not like them. Okay, 31. Right next to it. There she is. Now for this one, I have to put on my superhero costume. Ta-da! This is my superhero costume. So, about the lady with the botched egg, it might feel to you that you are receiving wisdom from ancient sources and that some of its energy might feel unfamiliar to you, even dark. It is likely that you are receiving messages from times when people like you, misfits and mystics, were oppressed and punished for their natural gifts. Explore at this time something to do with the Renaissance or medieval times and understand that the knowledge was brought through you. A very fortunate being living in very fortunate times. Keep it safe. Learn all that you can. Explore esoteric symbology, the history of magic, and spirituality. Know now that while you are safe, you might wish to keep silent about certain practices. Hello, Apegaya, and hello, Erica Ramirez. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I am surprised that nobody has come to the Facebook feed. Where are you, Facebook? Anyway, let's read about the lady with the Bosch egg one more time. It might feel that you are receiving wisdom from ancient sources and that some of its energy might feel unfamiliar to you, even dark. It is likely that you are receiving messages from times when people like you, misfits and mystics, were oppressed and punished for their natural gifts. Explore at this time something to do with the Renaissance or medieval times, and understand that the knowledge was brought through to you, a very fortunate being living in a very fortunate time. Keep it safe, learn all that you can, explore esoteric symbology, the history of magic and spirituality. Know now that while you are safe, you might wish to keep silent about certain practices. So speaking of learning things, I'm going to be teaching a workshop on Mexican folk magic, a little class online, and that is going to be on October 30th at 5 p.m. And if you're interested, you can click on my link tree and it should be there, or you can just click on the Season of the Witch link, and there it will tell you about all my events, what I have left for October. Tomorrow's Chicago Paranormal Convention. I will be there reading tarot from 12 to 6. The 14th, Origin and Traditions of the Day of the Dead. Origin and Traditions of the Day of the Dead. That will happen at Brujaco on Evergreen Park on the 14th at 7. And on the 22nd, I will be at the Plant Chicago talking about how to create your own altar for Day of the Dead. And then later I will be at the Mictlanxochitl in Pilsen. But I really wanted to let you know about the class. The class is going to be on October 30th at 5 p.m. And I hope you sign up. And it just reminded me because on the card it say classes. So, yeah. All right, let's see what card we have for today. On the Anatomy of a Witch. Ooh, we have the equinox. Well, the equinox was not too long ago, so September 21st, I think it fell on the 22nd this year. And let's see what the card of equinox says for us. So it reads, maintaining balance takes work and is not to be confused with preserving the status quo. Be justice-minded, practice honor, and speak with truth and respect, even if it upsets those who are comfortable with the status quo. 5 p.m. Central, and it's online, and you can find the link on my link tree here on Insta, and it says Mexican Folk Magic, but it's 5 Central. They're asking about the class here on Instagram. Hi, Janet. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Well, somebody just signed up for Facebook. So here I'm looking at you, Instagram. Here I'm looking at you, Facebook. Hi. And I was wondering where my Facebook people were because there was nobody. All right, so I will read again. Hi, Greg Suraz, and hi, Vintage Locket. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So the card for the Anatomy of a Witch is Equinox, and it says maintaining balance takes work and is not to be confused with preserving the status quo. That is not balance. Be justice-minded, practice honor, and speak with truth and respect, even if it upsets those who are comfortable with the status quo. That is the message from The Anatomy of a Witch. And for those who are in Chicago, on the 24th, I will be leading a new moon celebration at the Maliway Brothers, Monday the 24th at the Maliway Brothers. That is 7 p.m. Central here in Chicago. And if you are in Chicago and you've never been on a service with me, I will be leading a new moon, crone moon service on the 24th at the Maliway Brothers. That's going to be fun. And I hope that you can join me there. And the info is, guess where? On the link tree. Or here on Facebook is on the events. Hi, Kathleen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see what we have as an oracle card for. We have the Skull of Darkness. Skull of Darkness. Let's see what this one has to say. I think it's the first one, yeah. Okay, where did it I'm gonna have to read the whole thing because this one don't have like a little message definition, so it's a big message. So here we go. The beautiful and mysterious Skull of Darkness encourages us to look to the part of ourselves that normally remains hidden or as unseen as possible. Hi, Leilani. We might not appreciate or like certain aspects of ourselves, and yet sometimes our greatest treasures live within these areas. How many times have you heard of famous artists or people extremely successful in their field being bullied for being so different? Yet it is their very differences from others that makes them so powerful. Additionally, all of us at some stage of life have certain blind spots that might cause us grief and trouble. Although we cannot see the issue clearly, it is repeated patterns of pain that might alert us to them. Symptoms, if you will. For example, the same things keep happening over and over and over again. We might be betrayed repeatedly, fail in something repeatedly, not complete tasks continually, etc. Peace and pattern breaking can be achieved by doing the work in uncovering our blind spot or even consulting trusted close friends or professionals to assist us to see what we cannot see. The Skull of Darkness is basically talking about shadow work. That is what shadow work is finding those blind spots and repeating patterns that don't serve us anymore and then breaking away from them. Today's reading has been very much about finding that balance, justice, and shadow work, which is quite interesting, if you allow me to say so. So this one has a little rhyme, and it says, we might not wish to delve there, the shadows, the darkness, the unknown. Yet, when we search, we reveal, and our power, it has grown. Hi, Rosemary, Rode the Knife, my screen queen, and Sandiero has just joined here on Insta. Neil, oh my God, Neil, how are you? Neil is here on the Book of Faces, and even though this one is a big one, I'm going to have to read it again because it's quite interesting. So, heed my words. The beautiful and mysterious Skull of Darkness encourages us to look to the part of ourselves that normally remains hidden or as unseen as possible. We might not appreciate or like certain aspects of ourselves, and yet sometimes our greatest treasures lie within these areas. How many times have you heard of famous artists or people extremely successful in their fields being bullied for being so different. Yet it is the very differences from others that make them so powerful. Additionally, all of us at some stage of life have certain blind spots that may cause us grief and trouble. Although we cannot see the issue clearly, it is repeated patterns of pain that might alert us to them. Symptoms, if you will. For example, the same things keep happening over and over and over again. We might be betrayed repeatedly, fail at something repeatedly, not complete tasks continuously. Peace and pattern breaking can be achieved by doing the work in uncovering our blind spot, or even consulting trusted friends or professionals to assist us to see what we cannot see. I am so in love to have Raw the Knife here today. This painting right here, Instagram, I will show you in a second, Facebook. You see this wonderful painting over Dark Lord? That is a painting, original work by Rosemary Nostelek, the most wonderful artist I've ever met, and a great friend. Thank you, Goddess. That Dark Lord right there. This one. That is an original Rosemary Nostelek work that was sent to me from Canada. And I am so honored and forever moved that you sent me the original. I was festering her so much with, sell me a print, sell me a print, sell me a print. She ended up sending me the original, and I never have appreciated something more than an original piece of artwork by the Rosemary Nostelek. I love it with all my heart. Folks, please join me on these events on October. There's a lot of work that goes through to get to those events, so please join me. And I don't want to keep repeating, but please click on the Season of the Blue Witch, whether you're in Instagram or you're in Facebook, on Facebook or on Instagram. Please click on the Season of the Blue Witch, and you can see all the events that are happening. Tickets for the Origin and Traditions of the Day of the Dead, they stop selling on today. Today is Friday. So you got to get your ticket today. If you're in Chicago, come and see me. All right, folks. Thank you so much for watching. And until we meet again, never forget that you are loved. Mwah. Bye-bye. I will, Neil. I will send you the link. Thank you.